Alright, this is your three selves, take two. So, you have three different selves, and if you want to do anything with self-improvement, you need to know a lot about them. First of all, you have your actual body self. This is kind of the mindset that you go into when you're actually doing something. Disclaimer, they're all in your mind because, you experience things from your mind. So, we'll get to that. Anyway, so the first one's your body, where you actually control everything. Where you do stuff. You move your arm when you tell it to. Go ahead and lift your arm up right now. Wave them about. That's you. That's your body mindset, right? Now, while you're doing something, say you're washing the dishes or some kind of menial task, anything, where you're doing something with your body, and then a thought appears in your brain, and suddenly you are not your body anymore. Your body keeps washing the dishes. Your body keeps doing whatever. But now you're thinking about something and you're in a mind state, a different self, which is your mind, which is, the third eye, some people call it. It's where you imagine, it's where you dream. It's I mean, it could be argued that it's where actual reality appears to you as well. It's the place where, things appear to you. And so this is your mind, and this is where thoughts appear to you, right? So thoughts pop up based on your phenomena and your previous experience. Basically, phenomena pop into you, and they go through your something I'll call a flow state decision maker, which is basically the entire history of your body and your experience and your mind and everything just kind of falls into place with, a series of patterns and a series of goals. This is good, this is bad, this helps me not get hurt, this helps me, get nice food to eat and whatever, your basic, your life pattern, your way of being. And it's just kind of an automatic system. And so your phenomena come in, they go through this flow state decision maker, and then out pops, poof, a thought. And so the thought appears, and it can have some kind of an idea about something in the world based on, say physics or whatever's going on. They actually, the mind can contemplate and, re-envision, emulate the real world and show you, real things and real insights about something because you can think about it. So once you have this insight, you have this thought. And now, this thought is available to the body self. The body self is aware of the thoughts just because everything is aware of everything. And so, the body self is now aware of this new thought, and it can take it into account if it wants to or not. It doesn't have to, it doesn't matter. It's not like the mind is all powerful over the body. It's just the mind has a thought that pops out, the body says, huh, I might try that sometime, maybe, maybe not, see how things go. And that's kind of the process between the body and the mind. Now, you have a third self, which is kind of part of the flow state decision maker, I'd like to say. It's kind of the theme of what you're trying to go for in the given moment. You could call it your mood, you could call it your your background, your white canvas, before you start painting with your thoughts and everything. It's the thing that kind of shades all of your thoughts and everything else in whatever shade. If you wear rose-colored glasses, you're an optimist. That's great, but it's that type of an idea. It's where you're coming from. It's where the thoughts can appear in. It's the empty space of your mind where things can appear. And so it's the empty space where your thoughts appear, and so if you can be that self and give that a theme, give that a feeling, then it can affect what thoughts will appear. So this third self, which you could call, I'd like to call it like a spiritual ego, that's kind of a correct term for it. It's really kind of just an awareness of not only your phenomena, but also what is your body doing and what is your mind doing. And so it's an awareness of kind of the whole picture of what's happening to everything within your understanding and awareness, and just seeing how it's going and doing some pattern recognition there. And then every once in a while in the moment, you have an active thought that pops up. And this thought pops up within the mind, just like everything else, and the mind sees this thought as coming from somewhere else, from somewhere higher, this amazing otherworldly thing which understands so much more. I must follow it, etc. But it's just you. It's the same idea. It's just that theme. It's just your moral code. You want to be good, you don't want to be bad, you want to do this, you don't want to do that. Your basic feelings, and so your thoughts will follow that type of process, or at least you will have a follow-up thought after every thought just to make sure it's within the theme. Do you see? So you're judging yourself. That's what this theme kind of does. This third self is the one that looks at what you're doing, looks at your mind, looks at your body, looks at your thoughts, looks at your actions, sees the whole process, and then, kind of makes a judgment, says this is good, this is bad, and maybe if you can be that self for a long enough time, you can change the way that it's going. You can change the theme. You can actually change yourself over a course of time if you can affect the place where your thoughts come from. And so those are your basic three selves. You set yourself up with a place where your thoughts come from. Yeah, let's start at the beginning. Step one, you set yourself up with a place to think from, with a place to be. So you have a blank canvas in your mind, and you try to think of, what do you want? Do you want to be good? Do you want to be bad? I like to think of it as picking a heart word. Picking a word that sits in your heart that you think about and you try to live towards. For a long time, my word was improvement. Just anytime a thought would pop up, it would be related to improvement, to try to do this or that. But you can make it any word you want. You can make it self-love. I did that for a year or two. That's a great way to live. Every thought that pops up will be part of a self-love theme, right? You can have any theme you want with this third self. So pick something that you want to do. Just pick happiness. If you don't know what to pick, just pick happiness. All right. So let's go with that. Pick happiness. Step one, as your baseline, just pick happiness. That's what you're going to go for. Secondly, your mind will pick up this understanding, this recognition from your third self of the background that happiness is the place where we are, and happiness is the thing that is contextual. Happiness is the thing that should be done, or whatever. And again, this is whatever word you want. So your mind starts to process phenomena through its flow state decision maker, and it uses whatever theme you've chosen to pop out a thought. And so now, when you're thinking through happiness, the next time some phenomena pop up for you, it becomes contextualized through your theme. And so a thought pops up that's happy this time. You get happy thoughts now. And this takes time. Don't give me any crap about it not working. It's a habit, just like any other thing. It's a habit, so it takes time. But then you have happy thoughts. That's great. Now you have happy thoughts all the time. So now all the thoughts that are popping up in your head, I mean, not all of them, but you have a larger, maybe even a majority of happy thoughts now. So a larger percentage of thoughts are happy, and so your body is picking up on more happy feedback. The feelings that it's picking up are more positive, and so it's going to be doing more things that are more positive, that are more, positive for you directionally, right? And so that's kind of up and down the tiers of self-control, if you can control all three steps. Now, I have to say, I'm a non-dual personage, so there is another stage after all three of these selves, which is nothingness. It's impossible to talk about. It is everything. It is the non-dual point. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll do a video about it later, but it's a little bit more complicated. Just imagine actual empty space where you are existing as your fourth self, or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, expect that in the future. If you want, leave a comment, like and subscribe. And as always, have a great day, and good luck improving yourself.